I'd like to point out that this show may contain traces of a cooking show. So if you're allergic to that, you should skip ahead now. Hi everyone. In this episode, I have to introduce an oven to you. Not just any oven, but a truly professional first-class convection oven and air fryer. This air fryer is special for several reasons. I'll quickly go over the basic functions it has, and then we'll move on to cooking and baking as well. So the first interesting thing about this device is that instead of the usual 4.5 or 5.5 liters, its basket is 6.5 liters, which might not seem like much, just 1 extra liter. However, that extra liter means you can fit larger poultry in it, for example. So if you want to roast a whole cut up chicken, you don't have to pick the smallest ones, you can go for a slightly larger piece as well. Of course, the larger basket size also means you can put more bulk items in it. According to the manufacturer, for example, you can even roast up to 2 kilos of French fries at once. I'll come back to this later. So the point is, the basket is larger than usual. The oven itself, by the way, is 1700 watts. This is considered a completely normal power level. It's also completely normal that we have a large display where we can set the different cooking modes. So this oven would actually be a completely average air fryer if it weren't for the extras I'm about to talk about. The first thing I absolutely have to mention, and perhaps the most important feature of this device, is this component here, which is nothing other than a meat thermometer, a core temperature probe. This works by carefully inserting it into the thickest part of the meat, connecting the other end to the oven here on the front control panel, and through this precise thermometer, we can accurately measure the core temperature of the meat, meaning its internal temperature. This is very important because with most of these ovens, the entire cooking process is primarily set by time. So there are 2 key things we can adjust on the ovens: the precise cooking temperature and the exact cooking time. Most recipes actually work this way, meaning they specify the right temperature and the right cooking time for the particular meat. But we have to admit, this is not a good solution, because there can be many differences between one piece of meat and another. There can be differences in how fresh the meat is, in how thick the slices or the piece of meat you want to cook are, and even in how old the animal was that you want to roast. So precise roasting is not about setting the temperature and time according to a recipe for how long and at what temperature to cook a particular piece of meat, but rather about setting the core temperature that the center of the meat needs to reach. Because if we set the core temperature and the oven can maintain that core temperature we need, then we get a piece of meat that is roasted with a crispy crust on the outside while remaining juicy, tender, and soft on the inside. The meat won't be overcooked, nor will it be undercooked. Overcooking is obviously bad because the meat dries out and loses its flavor. Undercooking, on the other hand, can pose health risks with poultry, pork, and really any kind of meat. So this should be avoided as well. So this oven is suitable for setting the baking not by time or temperature alone, but by temperature plus core temperature. On the internet, you can easily find the appropriate core temperatures for all kinds of different meats, even broken down to the specific level of, for example, what precise core temperature is needed for a steak to be rare, medium, or well done. In the same way, for example, we can very easily prepare a rosé duck breast, where the duck breast is still a little pink inside, almost appearing raw, but it is still cooked through juicy and very, very delicious. When an experienced, skilled chef starts to cook meat, based on many years of experience, they will be able to calculate very well how much cooking time and what temperature a particular piece of meat needs to be perfect. It is all those years of experience that tell them how long to cook that particular piece of meat, so that its texture turns out exactly as we expect. This oven will help you so that you don't have to be a professional chef or have years of experience, yet you can still achieve almost the same quality that a professional chef could get with it. Before we actually start the baking process, and before I show you what I have baked, I'll explain how this oven precisely works and what essential settings it has. First, we need to carefully turn on the oven, and once it's on, we can choose from the standard baking modes, which are readily available on every oven just like this. There's the versatile air fryer function, toasting, warming, drying, and other similar functions. So really, this part isn't anything special. There's nothing interesting or important here yet. What's interesting about it will require the thermometer. I absolutely have to connect this in order for the oven to work. We have a button here with which we can select the mode we want to bake in. We can bake based on core temperature. In this case, of course, the thermometer is connected. We can precisely set the desired core temperature of the meat using the convenient up and down arrows. And then, when the meat ultimately reaches this preset target temperature, you can clearly see the current temperature displayed right here. The baking process will automatically and completely stop. So, as I mentioned, it's not the time that will count down, but rather we'll see how the temperature rises in the center of the meat. The second option is when we select what type of meat we want to cook. In this particular case, you can clearly see various options available, such as beef, lamb, fish, and all sorts of other delicious meats presented here. We can easily select this, and once we've carefully chosen, say beef, and we truly want to cook a wonderfully nice steak, then here we can also precisely choose how we want the steak perfectly cooked to what exact degree of doneness. There are options ranging from rare all the way to well done. Well, this is a really great feature, but obviously you won't get as precise a doneness or texture as you would with the thermometer method. But if you don't want to use a thermometer, don't want to use a meat probe or meat thermometer, then you can choose this method as well. So basically here we find three types of cooking modes. We have the standard modes used in a regular convection oven. We also have the meat-specific selection mode, where you can set how well you want a particular meat to be cooked. And thirdly, we have the core temperature probe solution, which in my opinion allows for the most precise cooking. But the extras don't end here, because with this oven you also get an extra high baking temperature. This is very important, because with most of these convection ovens, the maximum temperature you can reach is 195 or 205 degrees. This is the maximum baking temperature you can work with. However, with this oven, we have an extra 230 degree setting, which is a bit too much for baking. But for example, if you want to sear something or give a nice crust to the meat you've cooked, it's perfect. And now, let's move on to what I baked in this oven. I prepared two types of dishes in it. The simpler ones were plain sausages, and besides that, I made French fries and also cooked duck breast rosé. Duck breast rosé is not a very complicated dish, but it is incredibly delicious. The key to precision here, of course, lies in how long you cook the meat, because if you overcook it, it will dry out and it won't be rosé anymore. On the other hand, if you don't cook it enough, it won't be properly done, and as I mentioned, that carries health risks. So making rosé duck breast isn't complicated, but getting that perfect texture that truly makes it rosé, that's not so easy with duck breast. Well, for me it was easy since I used this meat thermometer. As I said, I stuck this into the center of the meat and put it in the oven to roast like that. Basically, all you have to do is core the skin side, salt this side, then salt and pepper the other side, and put it in the oven. According to recipes, it's best to put it in oven preheated to about 190 to 200 degrees Celsius. In my experience with these small ovens, it's better to set temperature a bit lower than the recipes suggest, because due to small capacity, temperature can overshoot. So I roasted medium rare duck at 180 degrees Celsius. As I said, with probe thermometer inserted, after that all I had to do was set the core temperature, and when the meat reached that core temperature, the roasting stopped, and the medium rare duck breast was done exactly as a medium rare duck breast should be. It wasn't raw, but when I cut it open, there was still a tiny bit of pink juice that came out. This is exactly how it's supposed to look. By the way, if you're roasting duck breast to this rosé doneness, it's usually recommended that after taking the meat out, you wait another 5 to 10 minutes so the juices inside can redistribute. That's when the meat will be perfect and tender. Well, this was the most interesting part of this test. Because, honestly, making French fries isn't really a big challenge for a convection oven, especially when you're using pre-fried frozen fries you buy at the store, since those already have some fat on them, so you can't really burn them. If you get the texture you like, then you're all set. and you'll have some really nice fries. In this regard, I have to mention that although the manufacturer says you can put 2 kilos into this basket and physically, you can fit 2 kilos in their experience is that rather than 2 kilos, it's more like 800 grams to 1 kilo, the amount you can actually cook through at once. And even for that, you need to occasionally pull out the drawer during cooking and give the fries a little shake. I know very well that, for example, parsley potatoes would have gone better with the duck breast rosé, but since I'm testing an oven right now, please forgive me for serving fries as a side with the duck breast in this case. But to make up for it a little, I added some red cabbage on the side, since it does go well with it after all. The third test was baking some sausage. Again, this didn't pose any challenge. Here I didn't need to set the core temperature. I simply set the precise baking temperature and the time I wanted to use. And I got a sausage that was perfectly cooked inside with a wonderfully crispy, truly delicious crust on the outside. So really there was nothing magical about this either. Let me quickly sum up everything because I am starting to go over the allotted time I had for this particular test. So I can confidently recommend this oven to those who want to prepare high quality, delicious, even restaurant quality food at home. Quickly, easily, and without any serious experience. I definitely do not recommend it to those who only use an air fryer to quickly cook store-bought frozen foods. Not least because this air fryer, the Chefree AF500, works quite differently from a regular air fryer. For example, it doesn't indicate how much time is left in the cooking process, which can be annoying for those who are used to these simple devices. So if you want to cook great restaurant quality food, the very best, without any special experience, then the Chefree AF500 will be the air fryer for you. However, if you only want to cook frozen foods, then it's too expensive and too complicated for that task. Now, I feel like I've said everything about the air fryer, but if I haven't, you'll find a link to the written article in the description below the video on YouTube. Click on it, read it, there might be some additional information there, and you'll also find more pictures of the air fryer. As you used to, under the video on YouTube, you'll find the link to where you can buy the air fryer, and you'll also find the coupon code there, which lets you get it cheaper than a random walk-in customer. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel and follow me so you don't miss any future reviews. If you love good food and enjoy grilling delicious meats, then get yourself a Chefree AF500 and you'll be awesome. Take care and look after yourselves. I'll be back soon with another review. Until then, bye!